Today we're going to do a quick notification. Nope. We're going to do a quick video about notifications. Just to clarify, so I have another video from earlier that talked about notifications per group, right, or for the email. That's not these notifications up here in the top corner. That's things you would get in your email. And you would go into your, click your picture up here, go to settings, and then you can make those changes down here in the notifications area. But again, this is for your email, with the exception of if we come into one of these groups, you can see digest email, notification email, right? I have those set to never. And then post like notifications. Those notifications are the ones that are going to be up here in the top right corner. I have this one set to don't notify me because this is a very large group and I'm very active in the group and I get likes all day long. Like, this person liked, and it became overwhelming to me. So I just turned it off, right? This has nothing to do with email though. This has to do with the notifications within the app itself. Now, if you want to find out what's going on up here, right? If you go to your profile instead of settings, click on profile, now you can look at your personal profile and the things you belong to, what group you own, that kind of thing, contributions to the group. We'll go into that in a minute because that's kind of important too for something else. But I can come down here and I can say, look at your followers, people following you, and who you're following. So if I click on this number over here, I can see the people that I'm following. Now, how did I get to follow them, right? How did these people down here with the little recycling thing or whatever it is, the little icon right there means that I'm following them and they're following me. Other people, I'm just following them. When you join a group, you're going to automatically be following the owner of the group. So when you joined my group, you are automatically following me so that when I post things, you'll be notified up here that I posted something, which is great. If you're not getting those, please let me know because this is my understanding of how it all works. So, but on a regular basis, if I'm hanging out in a group and I'm looking at stuff and I'm like, oh yeah, I really like, what she does, what she posts. I can hover over her name or I can click on her name in a phone browser and I can then click follow, and then everything she posts, I will get a notification of up here. If you kind of get tired of it, you can always unfollow her, right? Find out she posts a bunch of stuff that you're really not interested in, just click on her again and unfollow her, or go to your profile and do it there, either way. Now, what I find really interesting is because there's a lot of people in here in general, right? There's a lot of scammers in the world. So if someone's commenting on one of my things and it just feels weird, right? It's just out of place, or it seems like that's not a real person. What I'll do a lot of times is I'll click on the name and I'll come in here and I'll see how long have they been active. Have they been doing things, kind of on a daily basis? Have they been here for a long time? Have they only just started, right? And that doesn't give you the whole picture, but it does give you a little bit of a understanding, right? Well, he owns one community. Scammers don't really do a whole lot of owning of the communities so much, right? So I'm starting to feel a little better about him. And we have some memberships in common and stuff like that. But even better, because we have memberships in common, I can click on one of those groups, and that is not what I wanted to do. And so, because I'm in the group already, sorry, and I'm looking at his profile, right? I can slide down here and see what does he say to other people. A lot of times, scammers will say the exact same thing to multiple people, trying to get them to engage in a direct messaging kind of thing, right? So just kind of be aware. You have this ability to do this within a group. You can see what they're talking about. And sometimes you just find a person fascinating. You're like, what else are they talking about? Right? And then you can kind of contribute to things that they're talking, that they're discussing. So that's kind of that. What else? So we have the started following you. When somebody starts to follow you, you'll get a notification. So you'll know if somebody's stalking you or whatever. And I find that to be a nice safety thing because it's a big world out there, and you want to know who's looking at your stuff. Mentioned you in a reply. That will happen up here as well. I don't believe you can turn that off. That's not something that I've ever found, or nor do I want to. If somebody's talking about me or talking to me, I want to know, right? But this is the whole like your comment thing. This is group specific. So if I want to know who is liking my comments in this group, I can do it, a separate settings per group. This is a smaller group. I would want to see who's liking my comments. On the big group where there's 78,000 people and I'm getting tons of comments, I don't necessarily need to see everyone who's liking the comments. So that's kind of just a rough outline. So profile is going to be notifications here in the app mostly, and it's more personalized. In the settings, those are going to be mostly for email and those kind of external notifications. Setting for notifications, when you post something in here, your post, clicking on it, your post will automatically be set to notify you. This yellow bell will be lit up, right? So if anybody posts any kind of comments on your post, you will be notified within the app here that somebody commented. Now, if I'm going through and I look for somebody else's post, and these are all mine, but if I look through somebody else's post, when I come in, it's not automatically set that way. So if she posted, I'm not automatically getting notifications, right? Me as an admin, every time I see a new post, I will click on this because I like to know what's going on within the community. You may not care about whatever that was posted, so you don't necessarily want to follow it. But if you find it interesting and you want to follow it, click that yellow bell, and then you'll get notifications when anybody else in the group also comments on that.